Hi guys, hope everyone's doing well. Welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would make a video about, well, it's gonna be the start of like a series, like a Q&A, questions I always get asked as an expat mom, as an expat wife. It's gonna be a series of videos with a different topic each time. I haven't decided what I'm gonna call it yet. I'm thinking maybe something like expat chat, or maybe spilling the tea with Eileen. It's too drag queen. I don't know what I'm gonna call it. Anyway, so the topic of today's video is going to be, this is a question that I get asked all the time, is does your son have a British accent? It's a question I get asked often, and I completely understand why. You think, yeah, of course he'd have a British accent because he lives over here, but then would he because he hears me talking all the time? How does that affect his language and what does he sound like? I can say with 100% positive certainty that my son absolutely does have a British accent. When I was pregnant, I was like, I just can't imagine what it's going to be like to have a son that doesn't talk like me. And it didn't cause me any distress, but it was a little bit strange. But on the flip side, I was like, oh, sweet. I'm going to be able to get him to say Charlie bit me all the time. And I'm going to have that kid from the viral Charlie bit me video. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I will link it below, but shame on you. You should have seen that by now. Charlie. It's funny, I don't really notice it because I see him every day. So I don't know. I don't really pick up on it that often. I guess maybe if I was around my American friends, I would, but he definitely has an accent. So what I decided to do today was talk a little bit about a few words that are different in the United States and the UK in the context of my son, toddler chat, talking to your children, things that we say differently. Now, when I go home on trips, when I'm around friends and family back in North Carolina, I have times where my family will say something to Patrick or my friends, and I quickly have to translate it for him because he doesn't understand the words. And here are a few examples of those that you might see in the video clips that I'm going to attach to this video. So the first word that comes to mind that Patrick says differently to American kids is cuddle. Cuddle, yes, we have that word in the United States, but when I think of cuddle, I think of like cuddling with my man, like cuddling in bed. But a cuddle over here is a hug. So if you say like, Patrick, do you want to give grandma a hug? You would say, do you want to give grandma a cuddle? So Patrick would get a little confused, I think, if you said, you know, do you want to give mommy a hug? He probably maybe would get it, but I've gotten to where I adapt my language to the UK version. So everything is like, oh, look, you're gonna give mommy a cuddle or give daddy a cuddle. Which sounds, I don't know, even saying it now, it sounds silly if you're hearing it for the first time, but it's completely normal, and that's what we say. And you might hear him say it in one of the video clips. Another thing that we say that isn't said too much in the United States is when you're trying to teach him lessons about what you should and shouldn't do, what's socially acceptable and not acceptable, we always say, you mustn't do that, or you must remember to do this. Like, for example, if Patrick walks up to the oven and gets too close, you say, oh, Patrick, you mustn't go near the oven, it's very hot. This is one where my husband comes into his own. I don't really say this that much because mustn't just sounds, it's really adorable. It sounds like he's in the middle of like a beautiful little fairy tale, but I would say, don't go near the oven, it's hot. Whereas Andy would say, Patrick, we mustn't go near the oven. It's very hot. You must remember to be safe, or something like that, which sounds so much better. Everything Andy says sounds better than what I say, let's be honest. In these following videos, you're just gonna see little conversations that I have with him. Does he have a British accent? And I will let you watch the tape and decide for yourself. So let's roll it. What did you dream about?
Nicole.
Nicole?
Yeah.
Did Nicole work at your school?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where did you and Nicole go in your dream?
To London.
To London?
Yeah.
And who did you see in London?
Nanny.
You saw Nanny. Where did you go with Nicole and Nanny in London?
To work.
To work?
Yeah.
What's your job? What do you do? Are you a doctor? Are you a policeman, fireman, teacher?
Teacher.
You're a teacher? What did you say you wanted to do with the car?
Some driving.
I think you might be a little bit too young. Do you think you could drive this car?
Yeah.
Okay, if we drove it, where would we drive to?
Number Park.
Number Park?
Yeah. I'm a little bit too young.
You're a little too young to drive.
Yeah.
Maybe in a few years. Does that sound like a plan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where is Daddy?
Where is Daddy? Do you know? Where does Daddy work?
On London.
Patrick, what are you doing?
I'm tidying up.
Some tidying up. What are you having to eat?
Ice lolly.
An ice lolly?
Yeah.
What flavor is it?
Mango.
Mango?
Yeah.
Did you have a fun day at school? What did you do at school today?
Some playing.
Some playing, and what else?
Some fun dancing.
Some fun dancing?
Yeah.
And did you learn about the planets?
Yeah.
Which planet does Patrick live on?
Earth.
Earth?
Yeah.
Which planet is closest to the sun? Which one's the hottest planet?
Mercury.
Mercury. And which is the biggest planet?
Jupiter.
Jupiter. And which planet has the ring around it?
Saturn.
That's right. Oh, and which planet's the furthest away and really, really cold?
Pluto.
That's right. And Patrick, when you have a group of stars and you put them together and they make a picture, what's that called?
Constellations.
Constellations.
Muddy puddle over there.
We don't have any wellies.
Should we look at it?
Look at what, the muddy puddle?
Yeah.
We can go have a look. You say bye to everybody.
Bye, everybody.
So there you have it. Those are just a few little clips of my dude talking. So adorable, isn't it? But it makes sense if you think about it that he would have a British accent because the only American language influence he gets is from me with his weekly chats with his grandma and grandpa and a few things on TV. He really watches mostly British, like Peppa Pig and stuff like that. So he doesn't even really get the influence from television. He doesn't watch much television, to be honest. He maybe watches like maybe a half an hour a day. He's just not into it. If you did like this video and want to see more, please subscribe below, share, comment, get involved. What are a few questions that you have for me as an expat mom? Like, what are things you wonder about this versus that, US, UK? Share it all below. I would love, love, love to hear from you. You can also find me on Instagram at Eileen Vincett and on Twitter at Eileen Vincett. Thanks so much for stopping by. I post twice a week, so I will see you guys next Tuesday. Take care. Bye. That was really good. That is what you would say to Patrick, where he would understand. Oh, doorbell. Be right back.
Mommy, you're stinking.
Thanks, buddy. What's wrong with me? Oh, there's a guy outside delivering mail. Oh, I think they're working together. Very nosy. Very, very nosy. Feeling this like rocker look. Say peace out.
Peace out.